Hi guys, welcome back. Let's do the recap of lesson 2 together. So previously I gave you advice on pronunciation, so we're going to be working on those vowel sounds today to take into account the advice given in the previous recap video. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through 3 points. The first point, like the second and the third, will be a mix of grammar and pronunciation. So first point, today you saw the negative form of the verb to be. Now I know that not everybody makes this mistake, but it's a mistake that I've heard a lot in class. People say, I not, they not. Now that you're adding the not, you might be tempted to remove the verb to be. I am not, they are not. So please do not make that mistake. Do not say I not, they not. Please add the verb to be before not. So add not, don't remove the verb to be. So that was the first one. And with regards to the verb to be in the present simple, there seems to be one form in particular which is difficult to pronounce, and that is the contracted form of they are not, which is aren't. I often hear my students say aren't, and it's like, no, it is not aren't, it's aren't. So that's quite difficult to pronounce if you do not take your time with the vowel sound, ah. So do not rush, take your time, say ah, and then t, aren't, they aren't. So pronounce with me, they are not, they aren't. Okay, so practice that. That was number 1. Number 2, second point, is about adjectives. Today you're going to learn lots of different adjectives, the colours notably, so purple, red, white, blue, brown, and so on. You will notice that they don't have a plural form. They are invariable. So if I say this rose is red, or these roses are red, I do not say reds, okay? So it is red, they are red. So they are invariable, very important. I can say, I am an English teacher, they are English teachers. It's not English's teachers, no, they are English teachers. Very important. And then the pronunciation of the adjectives can sometimes be difficult. Once again, speak slowly, enunciate, take your time with the vowel sounds. Let's practice a few together. White, I, nice double vowel there, it glides. White. Brown, same thing, it's like 2 short sounds put together. Ow, brown. Purple, purple, a nice long sound, purple. And 1 short sound, red. So practice those, exaggerate the pronunciation. And finally, I wanted to point out that it may be difficult sometimes to remember the pronunciation of certain words. You see the word white and the I is pronounced I, white. How do I remember that? Well, write it down, just like this. White. So you remember that the E is not E, it's I, white. Same thing goes with other words like he's. It's a E, but it's pronounced I, E, he's. So write it down. So try and find your own phonetic transcription. How does it sound? How would that be written in my language, in my mother tongue? So find your own interpretation and write it down. So when you look at the dialogue again, you're like, oh, how do I pronounce that? Ah, I remember, I, white. That's it for today. See you soon.